The Heiress is returning to Broadway, starring Academy Award nominee Jessica Chastain and Downton Abbey's Dan Stevens. We're here at the Empire Hotel to chat with the cast of this classic New York drama. Tell me, what's The Heiress all about?
Well, it's an adaptation of the Henry James novella Washington Square, and it's about an heiress and her widower father. And they live in a very opulent house on Washington Square.
Dan Stevens plays Morris Townsend, and he shows up as her suitor. He's very dashing. And then the question comes to be, is he in love with her or is he after her money?
It's about this young woman finding her inner strength, you know, finding her soul, finding her wherewithal to stand up to her father and follow her heart.
Dan Stevens and Jessica Chastain, two Broadway debuts. Are they ready?
Yeah, well, what's very exciting is that both of them are really stage animals. Jessica went to Juilliard and has done a ton of theater, and Dan, although we know him from Downton Abbey fame, he has done a ton of theater in the UK. So it's been really wonderful. And the fact that we have David Strathairn and we have Judith Ivey, to see both seasoned stage professionals with incredibly talented young actors is there's this spark that happens in the room that is very thrilling.
You're going to be transporting back to 19th century Manhattan, 8 shows a week. How have you been preparing for that?
Well, we read the etiquette manuals. You see the clothing. We've gone to the Merchant House, which is a relic, preserved relic of the time.
We have our practice skirts. We don't have to practice in a corset, but I try to remind myself of that. Thank God. That part I'm kind of dreading.
Why do you think now is the time to bring it to Broadway?
I think that there's something about this search for who one is, that really transcends time.
It's sort of couched in a Victorian era, but it has I feel a lot of resonance through all time.
I was just blown away by how relevant that it is to this day. I mean, from when Henry James wrote the novel to then when it was adapted in the 1930s, it really is a tale of a modern woman.
It was one of the best plays I've ever worked on in terms of those moral ambiguities and the shifting perceptions of the 3 or 4 lead characters. It's masterfully written.
What kind of a night on Broadway am I going to have when I come to see The Heiress?
Maybe we'll leave some questions unanswered that you'll then fill in the blanks. That's what I hope, that it's something that everyone will be able to relate to and find their own story in.
The story is incredibly powerful, and the characters are incredibly powerful, and I think that the actors are doing a magnificent job.